This podcast is in memory of Alice Reed and Josh Johnson. Rest in peace.
Leap of Fate podcast fans. Welcome to this week's episode with yours truly, Randy Silver. As always, the Leap of Fate is about overcoming adversity, sharing life lessons, with the ultimate goal of helping you achieve your dreams, understand how you can overcome those hardships in your life, and become the best version of yourself. This week, I am going solo episode. It is Thanksgiving night. I just had an amazing family dinner and it was great. And I didn't really know what to do this week, so I really had to think about it. I want to talk about two things. So this could be a little bit of a shorter episode. Usually Leap of Fate is around 45-ish, 60 minutes. Today is going to be a quick 15-minute episode, Thanksgiving week. We're going to talk about being thankful and dealing with grief. I've had a couple things happen in my life, and I wanted to share with you fans and how we've been able to deal with it because it's very important and it's something that we're all going to deal with in life. So the first thing I want to talk about is Thanksgiving. But before we get into it, I actually do want to share one thing with you, my fans, a very exciting opportunity. So let's go ahead and look at it. What is the opportunity? This is the first time ever inside of Leap of Fate that we are part of an auction. I'm so excited. So if you're looking on YouTube, you can see this, but I'll describe it. If you're on the audio, no big deal. A part of 32auctions.com, they're auctioning off for charity a bunch of different items. One love painting, a heli ski experience, floating light bulb, all these different things, a GoPro and whatnot. And I got reached out to, and I'm the only person in this auction that's doing this, is you get to be a guest on the Leap of Faith podcast. How cool is that? So you get the chance to put an auction that will go to charity to be a guest on Leap of Faith. It will be an upcoming episode. It will be a 45 to 60-minute episode, and the subject will be based off of what you want to talk about. You are paying your hard-earned money to donate to charity, to have the opportunity to come on this podcast. So we're going to talk about what you want. Obviously, we'll do a pre-meeting before. We'll make sure that we'll get everything set up. If you're in the San Diego area, we can do it live, which would be super cool. If not, we'll do it over Zoom. What you'll get out of it is what I do for all my guests. We'll go ahead and do a 7-day marketing push on my Instagram account, Leap of Faith account. Everything will go to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Google, all of it. You'll get all the clips for yourself to use. And as I said, we'll talk about what you want. The starting bid, I'll let you go see on the website so you can go check it out. The website is in the bio, however you're listening. It'll also be right here on the screen right now, 32auctions.com. You can go there and you can go look it up and we'll do it. You get to be a guest on the Leap of Fate. And if you do bid, thank you so much for donating to charity. It's all going to a good cause. This is open until December 8th. So you will be on an episode in either late December or early January. And I am very much looking forward to people bidding on it. A person who does win, I can't wait to have you on the podcast. And of course, we're doing for charity. So I'm super excited that I get to donate the opportunity of Leap of Faith to come on here, talk about what you want to talk about, and give back to a good old charity. So thank you so much when you start to donate. And again, the link will be in the bio. The other thing I also want to say, as I always do, is Leap of Faith fans, thank you so much. Wherever you guys sit around the world, we truly have listeners around the world, and look at the stats, all continents, all walk of life, all age groups. Thank you so much. Please do rate, please like, subscribe to Leap of Faith here on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, however you're listening. It helps me grow the message, helps me get people to find me, like how the auction is going, so people can still grow to the message of Leap of Faith. With that being said, like I said, I'm so grateful for you guys. So I just want to talk about being grateful for Thanksgiving. And then the second subject, we'll talk about grief. If you don't know what Thanksgiving is, I know we have a global audience. Thanksgiving is in America. It's a holiday, the fourth Thursday of every November. I think it's the fourth, the third, I think it's the fourth. And it originally started with when the Pilgrims came over from England to America. They made home here with the Native Americans. A little bit, the whole history now is a little up in the air with what had happened with when people came over, made slaves of Native Americans, pilgrims, and things like that. But the essence of Thanksgiving is all the families in America, we get together, we have a great dinner, usually turkey, mashed potatoes, green beans, casserole. My mom makes yams. We had sandwiches. You can do so much with it, and it was really good. And then, of course, we have the pumpkin pie. And we get to just be together. 365 days a year. We're all super busy. I live in San Diego. My parents live in Irvine, California. That's like an hour and a half away. My little brother lives up in Washington, which is obviously a completely different state. My older brother lives in the LA area. He wasn't able to be at Thanksgiving today, so it was just my little brother, my parents, and I. And this is probably only the one time a year that we get to be together. I'm sure a lot of people like you out there, same way. You're all throughout the world, and this might be the one time that you get to be together. So I hope you get to have the opportunity to spend time with your family because it's very, very important. It's nice to just be home with my parents, hang out on the couch, relax. It's so nice to be with my little brother, joke, laugh, because I really don't get to see them too much throughout the year, unfortunately. And it's something that I need to do a better concerted effort. But we look around the world and you have what happened in Afghanistan earlier in the year, where families are getting torn apart by the country and all the politics that's going with it. You look around the world in the South of California at the border or at the border in Texas. These people are coming in from Central America trying to make a better life for themselves in America or Mexico, and they're getting stuck at borders or they're trying to go through. You look around the world where people are revolting for the right to have freedom and just be there. So to me, Thanksgiving is about having the opportunity to be grateful and be thankful for what we have, having a roof over our shoulders, over our heads, excuse me, having the opportunity to live a free life. If you guys saw my video, you see the link right here. I had jury duty a couple weeks. That's something that you only get to do in a democratic society. So I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to go to jury duty because that means I live in a free world and I have the opportunity to have those rights and I get the opportunity to have a trial by jury. A lot of people don't even get that, and that's what they're fighting for. I'm so grateful that I have a job. I get to work anywhere else throughout the world, be remote. I'm so grateful take that away that I have a job. Some people out there are struggling through the pandemic. They lost their jobs. They haven't got it back. Some people are struggling to just make ends meet for their family. And I am able to live such a humbled, blessed life with what I do in San Diego. And I'm just so grateful every day I wake up with a smile, knowing that I'm living the best life that I think I can live. And I don't take that for granted. And a lot of people take for granted what their life is about. A lot of people take for granted what they have. And this just gives us a moment at Thanksgiving to take a step back, relax, and remember what we have and remember why we have it and how you can stay together. Because you know what? One day like that, it all could be gone, which takes us to what point two is grief. And that's something that I've been dealing with the past couple weeks. If you follow me on my Instagram account, Randy Silver09, you saw that I posted a couple messages about grief. And this is gonna be a little bit hard to talk about, but I'm gonna get through this because it's very important. My friend Alice, I met her late last year, maybe early this year in San Diego. Bright young soul in mid 20s. Her whole friend group, I'm friends with everybody. They welcomed myself and my friends into the group. I've welcomed them in our group, and it's just so nice to have that companionship. Every Wednesday we play volleyball. You guys see me post about it. It's my favorite thing to do during the week. The ritual. We go out to the bars. We go out drinking. We're both to go to a concert in a couple weeks down in Mexico together. It's a blast, and I love having the friend group. And my friend Alice was one of the first people to bring me in and made that happen. Well, unfortunately, Alice isn't with us anymore. What happened was her, my friend Brennan, and three other people, Lauren, Shay, and Josh, shout out to everybody I just named, they got in a car crash. They were coming back from a concert. We all go to concerts, we all go out, movies and whatnot, and they got hit by a drunk driver. Unfortunately, Alice and Josh did not make it. Brennan, Shay, and Lauren ended up in the hospital. Thankfully, they're all going to be okay. Brennan's injury is a little bit more severe than the other two girls, but he is out of the hospital. He's okay now. But Josh and Alice died that night. This was 2 weeks ago, and I woke up in the morning to a flurry of text messages in our friend group, 60, 70 texts. Everyone like, oh my God, is it people okay? What happened? And then obviously people hear in the news that Josh and Alice passed away. And it's devastating. No, fair enough. I didn't know Josh, but all my friends were friends with him. And I'm sure he was an awesome, amazing person. I know he is an awesome, amazing person, but I had the connection with Alice. I saw her on a weekly basis. We were texting literally the day, unfortunately, she passed away. And it's tough. So a lot of us have been dealing with the grief of that, especially so close to Thanksgiving. This happened 2 weeks ago. You know, her feel terrible for her parents. They wake up on a Sunday morning and they get the news that her daughter passed away the night before. Their daughter passed away the night before. How do they feel? How are they going to deal with that grief? As a friend of Alice's, how do I deal with that grief? I have people who've been friends with her for their whole life, multiple years. How do they deal with that grief? As her coworkers, who I'm sure loved her to death, she was about to move back to San Francisco for her job. How did they deal with that grief? It's a tough question. How do you deal with grief? Some people come together and you're able to be together in a room and you cry on each other's shoulders and you share stories and you laugh at the memories and you cry some more. And just being around people makes you feel good and it helps you understand and come to grips with what you're dealing with. Some people deal with grief a different way. Like for me, the first 2 days, I just sat in my room quiet, obviously texted people, hey, how you doing? But like I needed to just be by myself. Eventually, like, after a couple of days, we'll talk about in a second, we had a nice memorial at the beach and all that goes with it, and I'll talk about that. But I dealt with grief by just being by myself. I've had people around me pass away before. I was super young, pre-10, maybe like 8, 9. My uncle passed away of a heart attack, which was super tough. In high school, my next door neighbor passed away. She got hit by a drunk driver too, with a bunch of people in the car. And she passed away. Other people survived, so that was tough. I grew up with this girl. Other people around my life have unfortunately passed away too, and that's why grief and being grateful to me are so tied together, because you just never know when you're going to wake up and someone near you is going to be not here anymore and you'll never get to say hi to them, never get to laugh with them, never get to feel them again. Or it could be yourself. That could happen to you, and the people around you will never get to feel you, never get to touch you, never get to laugh with you, never get to hug you, never get to make memories with you moving forward. So that's why I wake up every day grateful, and that's what I'm so grateful about today is I got to have a great dinner with my family, and it just meant so much to me to be there because I know people are missing people today. Alice's family, I'm sure, is going through a very, very tough time. People have been dying in this pandemic with COVID. People are having the first Thanksgiving without their family members because of that. People have just, whatever reason, have potentially died. A couple of days ago in Wisconsin, we saw that people were having a Christmas parade, a holiday parade, and this dude drove his car through it. 10 people have died, a lot of them kids, some older people. That was 3 days ago. They were not expecting to not have Thanksgiving with their families. So now they're grieving while they're supposed to be grateful on this day. How do you do that? It's tough. And it just makes you come together and appreciate what you have. So now taking it back to, with Alice, when I found out this news, I just sat in my bed. It was like 9 a.m. and I cried. I cried so hard and just sat there and was in disbelief that someone that I was about to go to Mexico with and with a whole group of people in a couple of weeks, we were texting about that literally the day that unfortunately she passed away, is not here anymore. Brennan, who's helping plan the group in severe hospital condition, like, is he going to be okay? Obviously, Mexico traveling was the last thing that I cared about, any of us cared about. It's about their health, about being together and grieving. And once we found out that Brennan was going to make it, we're happy for that, but we're grieving for our friend Alice, which is tough. So that first couple of days, I just needed to be by myself. I just wanted to hug myself. I wanted to be there around. I have my next door neighbor Dane around me, and you guys have seen Dane in my video. So obviously he came over, checked on me. Other people came over, and we, we're there for each other. But really, I was just kind of by myself and just wanted to deal with it myself. What are my thoughts? What are my emotions? How am I feeling? What can I do to like bring her back, but I can't. So that was on the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. On Wednesday, we had our normal volleyball. So we went to volleyball. Everyone wanted to be there, to be together. Everyone wanted to be there to be able to honor. Earlier in the week, people had got together, and of course, that's totally fine. That's great. I'm glad that they were able to do it because they wanted to be together. I just wasn't ready for that. And that's okay because people grieve on different ways and different wavelengths at different times. The one thing I did do was my Sean and myself, we went over to my friend Nate's house and we brought him over fish tacos. That was Monday night. And his roommate, Sam, who I'm friends with too, was there. And we just sat there and talked and hung out. and we're by the fire, and it was just nice to kind of be there in a smaller setting. Wasn't ready for that big group setting yet, but being at that smaller setting was nice. It was good to just be there, and it was awkward. It was weird. Didn't know what you should say, didn't know what you couldn't say, but it was good to just be there. And then Wednesday, we all played volleyball, and you could feel in the air it was different. Somebody was missing. Alice, it was tough because she came every Wednesday. She would run and be there, and you see her smile and infectious, and all that goes with it. And it was the first time a lot of people probably seeing each other. So what's that like? Just hugs. How you doing? What can you say? What can't you say? Can you laugh while you're playing volleyball? Are you allowed to cry during it? Can you say something that you normally would say, but now maybe you don't want to trigger someone? So how do you deal with that situation? How do you deal with the grief? But it was just nice to be there with everyone. So it was a more somber session. It was good to play because that's what she would want us to be there. And then after the fact, what did we do? Shout out to everyone in the Notorious Dig group. You guys know who you are. Everyone connected in the group. We brought chairs. People got pizzas, tiki torches, music, and we sat there and had a bonfire for hours once it got dark at like 5:36 on the beach. Laughed, cried, hung out, shared memories. And it was just so nice, 25, 30 of us to be able to just be there and hang out and relax and be in groups. And that's where I was able to see Shay and Lauren for the first time, hear from them that they're doing good, which is so blessed. And Brennan was able to tell people, I'm not there yet, but I'm feeling better. Alice's mom, we took a group photo for her. We sent her a photo, which that probably meant so much for her. And just seeing all the whole friend group, as I said, like I've only known Alice for a year, but I felt super connected to her. Other people have been friends with her for their whole lives since college, 10, 20 years, stuff like that. I wanted to be there for them and let them know that it's okay. And people who were there with her hours before that, unfortunately, the crash happened, how are they feeling? So it was good to be together as a collective group and just be there. And that's when I really started feeling, okay, how do we move forward? You're never going to forget, you're always going to honor, but how do we move forward and live our life to the best, knowing that any day it can go away? How do you not take that for granted? The following couple days later on Saturday, unfortunately, I was out of town at a different event that I had already committed to, but they did a whole memorial for her, a big picture for Alice. They were able to light the Chinese lanterns that you put up in the sky in memory. They had music and they had food and they all hung out, and there was a proper memorial. There will be another proper memorial with the family and everything in a couple weeks that we'll make sure to be there as well. And like, that's how the grieving goes, is you find your own pace. You come together with people who love each other, and you're there for each other. You support each other. You make sure everyone's okay. And then you try to move forward. So that's kind of what I've been going through the past couple of weeks. And back in my mind, there's not a day that I don't think about Alice. I don't think about the situation. I don't think about how humble and grateful I am to be able to host a podcast every week, be able to have the vlog videos that come out, be able to have my friends around me, have my family around me, be able to be here on Thanksgiving, talking to you, my leap of faith, and be here because I'm present here. Alice is not present anymore. And maybe me doing this podcast is a way for me to cope with that and share with you guys what I'm going through, because you guys are my life. And you guys see my videos, my podcast weekly, like you guys are everything that I try to do every week. And I'm always thinking about leap of faith. And this is something that's been on the back of my mind. And I felt like I needed to tell you guys that whatever you're going through, it's okay. You'll get through it. Just be grateful, be grounded, be humble that you are here and you're present, living life, and you get to be able to touch what's in front of you. You get able to talk what's in front of you, because it can all be gone like that at the snap of a finger. And that's the toughest thing to deal with, which is, did you even get to say goodbye to the person properly? If that was the last thing, did you leave on a good note? Did you leave on a bad note? How's life going to go on? And being thankful for what you have, being humble for what you have, being grateful for what you have, it's all intertwined together. And this leap of faith is for you, Alice, in memoriam of who you were and how you touched me. Gentle soul, amazing smile, such a connector of people. And It sucks that you're not here anymore. It really hurts you're not here anymore. And I've only known you for only a year, but Alice, you truly were an amazing person, and not one person didn't like you. And the grief that I'm going through hurts, and I know it hurts for all of us. And I wish I could be here with you to tell you that in person, but unfortunately, you're not. And my Leap of Faith fans, I want you guys to know that whatever you're doing in your life, if you have someone that you're in a fight with, it's not worth it. Make up with that fight. If you have someone you're not talking to and you're like, oh, I should shoot them that text, I should shoot them that call, do it, because you don't ever want to regret not being able to say that last thing to someone. You don't ever want to regret not being able to have that last moment with someone that you truly care about and you know about. And it could be too late. So I'm so grateful that I am here today to speak to you guys, when I know a lot of people in this world are hurting because they don't have someone that they want in their life, or and you potentially don't have the opportunity to ever see them again. So that's a leap of faith this week. Like I said, it's gonna be a short one, just letting you know what I go through, what I am going through, and what my friend group is going through. Grief is not fun. It's not something you can plan for. It's not something that you can write a script for. It's not something that you can say, hey, day 30, you're gonna feel this. Hey, day 2, you're gonna feel this. It goes at its own pace and with each person. So if you're out there and you need someone to speak to, I'm here for you. I know a lot of people reached out to me in my friend group in my life and said, I'm here for you. And I just want to say thank you so much, because that truly means a lot that you have my back and I have your back. Even if you're somebody who just found this episode randomly and you're going through something and you need someone to speak to, I promise you, I'm here for you. I want to be that support system, that crutch for whatever you need, because that's how we stick together. One nation with positivity, one country with positivity, one world with positivity, regardless of skin tone, religion, race, ethnicity, gender, whatever it may be. We all are together. We're all humans on this earth, and let's act and be that civil, because you'll never know when being here is gone. Grateful, humble, grief. If you're dealing with grief, it's okay. But always in life, stay humble for what you have, stay grateful for what you have, because you never know when it'll be gone. This is Leap of Faith podcast. My name is Randy Silver. Thank you so much for being here with me this week and listening to this episode. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please do reach out to me. You can reach out to me at RandySilver09, at Leap of Faith Pod. Please comment wherever you have the chance to comment. If you like this content and you want to hear more, go back and listen to my other episodes, a little bit more focus on subjects. You please do like, subscribe, follow on the YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple, Spotify, all the good. Sorry, we'll broken up right now, so tough ending, tough episode. Thank you so much. I hope that you had a great Thanksgiving. Obviously, this has come out on a Monday or a Sunday, so Thanksgiving a couple days ago. So I hope you've had a great Thanksgiving. I hope that you have loved ones around you, your family and friends who support you, are there for you, like people have been there for me. And I just want to wish you a great day. Coming down the line, as I said, please go check out the auction. It'll be in the bio again. So if you want to come on Leap of Faith, we can have you come on and give the charity. I have some good guests coming around, some entrepreneurs coming around, some more entrepreneurship coming around. I got some cool athletes coming on. So I got some good stuff lined up. We'll do an economic one like we did last year about, hey, what's the stock market been this year? What's it gonna look like next year? So we got some good stuff on Leap of Faith coming around the line. So please stay tuned until next week. Leap of Faith fans, love you guys. Thank you so much. Stay healthy, stay wealthy. Have a good week, fans. Be grateful, be humble. Love you guys. Deuces.
This podcast is in memory of Alice Reed and Josh Johnson. Rest in peace.